Okay, you guys, our next video. I put a piece of wood together, screwed down some junction boxes, one for the light, two for the switches. I show you a diagram of the wiring. I show you the wiring before I even hook it up. Then you see me hook it up, then you see me plug it in, you see it work. You don't necessarily need the ground for three-way switches. This light doesn't even have a ground connector on it, so for this setup I don't need it, but just giving you a tiny illustration of what you might consider if you're using ground. Neutral went directly to the light itself. The line went to the first switch, going to the travelers to the second switch, a load coming out to the device pulling the current, which is the light fixture in this case. Okay, there are more than one way, two, three ways to do this. Okay, there's different ways to do this, but this is a simple explanation. I also mentioned that if I wire it the way I showed you, that the light switches should be opposed to be on. I was incorrect about that. I have to actually change the traveler on the second switch to get it to oppose, and then the light is on. You'll see me use both switches intermittently on both setups and how it works just fine. Okay, if you guys got any questions, let me know. This setup could help you diagnose if you got an issue where you might have an issue. The most common mistake here will be the commons, where the line the load go, and I show you how to test for that with continuity. Okay, hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Okay, you guys, this is our little setup we're making to illustrate how three-way switches work. I did send this drawing to a master electrician. He said it was fine. There's really nothing wrong with it. A lot of times you won't see grounds on three-way switches. You'll see the two travelers in either a line or a load. Load is going to the device that pulling the current. Line is the current coming in. You got a couple of commons, one on this side and one on that side. On the switches I have, they test it differently. I'm gonna show you how that tests. Okay, here we got a red representing red. One is representing black, the other one's representing line. Okay, and then the ground we're putting in just for illustration purposes. No ground here. Notice no ground here. All right, simple black and white only. Here we got a red traveler, a black traveler, a line coming in, and a ground. Neutrals are together here. One neutral to the light, the load from the other side coming in here. Power traveling through this switch, to that switch, and then finally to the light. Okay, you guys see that? Think you got it? Next, I'm going to illustrate how you find the common on a three-way switch. Okay, be the second time I've done it. I just installed a three-way switch before. Short video. I'll put a link to that video below. Okay, as you guys can see, the commons here on this drawing, and there's different ways to do this. I was even reading online that you could travelers, they go on the other side, they don't necessarily have to be lined up, but if they are lined up like this, and this drawing is correct, one switch will be down and one switch will be up, the light bulb should light up. They shouldn't be both in the same position. Okay, and there is actually no on or off on three-way switches. Okay, basically I had to do a continuity test. That was it. That's how I found the common. Okay, the switch is up. So it would be here. The switch is down. So since this one contacts both of these, this is the common. So on this side, this is where the load's going to be. And on the other side, same switch, same setup. That's why they marked red. You can see both of them. I put just the red ink on there so I know what I'm doing, so I don't get messed up. This is where the line's going to come in. All right, now I'm going to pause the video, hook it up, and then do a test. got the bulb working, and I found something interesting. If I want to make the switches work in opposite directions, I have to change the travelers. I put the two reds on the red side on the bottom. So just an interesting note, they can work both in the same directions. The whole idea is that both the switches work at the same time. Turn the unit on and off and we're good to go. I got an illustration. There you go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Okay, to test the theory, decided to switch the travelers on this switch. It's the red would be the two commons, line the load. On the bottom I put the red one just to line them up on the same side, and the switches wound up working when they were both in the same direction. To test the theory if I was right, if you can switch around the travelers, you actually can. Okay, this switch is down, this switch is up. We good?